Ever since CS2 came out, the Counter-Strike investment scene has been on an uptrend. Everybody's talking about cases and sticker capsules, but there's one particular investment that I don't really hear anyone talking about, and that is the Train 2021 collection. I'm a big believer in this collection, and obviously I have some things to support my claims that this is a good investment. These aspects are going to include CS2 and TradeUps as well, so there's definitely going to be something that resonates with you. So let's check out a couple reasons that make me think that the Train 2021 collection is going to continue increasing in price.
Are you looking for low float skins for TradeUps? Check out today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. It's a very convenient trading bot site that charges no overpay for floats. I found these two 0.01 consumer skins and used code TechSavvy for a 35% deposit bonus when depositing and got the tradable skins instantly. Oh, and did I mention that if you're new to the site, you get a $5 bonus to trade with? You do have to trade to activate it, but it's a little bit of extra. But don't worry if you don't have any skins. The site's always running at least 3 giveaways, so there's definitely something for you as well. So check out SkinsMonkey through my link in the description and the pinned comment.
I'm sure by now you've heard about the concept of supply and demand. Basically, they are the primary driving factors behind prices. Now, if we translate these expressions into ones applicable on the CS market, supply basically translates to number of skins available, and demand translates to how much people want the skin. And unsurprisingly, the better looking the skin, the more people want it. So putting these all together, if we have a skin that looks really good and there aren't very many of them, that will drive the price up relatively high. So how is this applicable to the Train 2021 collection? Well, let's take a look at how these skins look. Most of them look really good. Just look at these examples. Look at the Glock Emerald, look at the M4A4 Coalition, the USP Whiteout, the MAC-10 Propaganda, and the legendary Blaze skin, the Revolver Blaze. And this is just my top 5 favorite skins from the collection. I would have wanted to list more, but for the sake of time I didn't. And not only do these skins look amazing in CSGO, they're only gonna look better in CS2. Like, look at some of these examples. Look at the Glock Emerald, it shines like crazy. The FAMAS Meltdown also looks incredible. The USP Whiteout doesn't have any scratches. And this all sounds incredible, but of course we have to consider the fact that CS2 right now is just limited beta test. And what that means is that Valve is actively changing many things. So this could mean that all of a sudden these skins are gonna get nerfed out of nowhere and they won't look as good. Now, I'd like to believe that this will not be the case, but I cannot exclude this as a possibility. Now let's pause for a second because I must disclose that I have a solid amount of Train 2021 skins in my inventory. Now, even though I'm disclosing that I have a bunch here, I know that a lot of people are going to be calling me out for market manipulation, but the way I view it, the fact that I have a bunch of money invested into the Train 2021 collection only serves as a signal to the fact that I am saying what I believe is to be correct. In other words, I believe in the Train 2021 collection so much that I have this much value stored in it. Now let's get back to some investing aspects. So we already talked about the demand, but now let's talk about the supply. Now in terms of supply, this is actually a really interesting collection because it's a one-of-a-kind collection where you could choose the rarity that you're gonna get. So if you remember back to Operation Riptide, you could choose which rarity you're gonna get, you spend the appropriate amount of stars, and then you get a random skin from that rarity from the Train collection. And empirically, this resulted in a more uniform distribution among rarities than a normal collection would have. So if we're going to start talking numbers, there's around 650,000 of each mil-spec. There's around 330,000 of each restricted, around 240,000 of each classified, and some roughly 100,000 of both of the coverts. So usually in a collection, the rarity above another rarity is 5 times as rare, but clearly that's not the case with the 2021 Train collection. And of course, as you know, TradeUps use 10 skins, so regular collections are already not in favor of TradeUps, and because of this fact, the 2021 Train collection is a lot more prone to being used up in TradeUps than any other collection out there. Adding to the fuel is the fact that the TradeUps are actually broken for the Glock Emerald. Now what I mean by this is that the odds of hitting something from the 2021 Train collection in a covert TradeUp are a lot larger than you would initially think. For example, if you just buy one 2021 Train skin and 9 random case fillers, you might think, think you have a 10% chance of hitting a 2021 train skin. However, you actually have a 25% chance. So down the line, I can see a lot of people just buying one train skin and popping it in with some random fillers and hoping to get that Glock Emerald, just like Dragon Lore trade ups, Wild Lotus trade ups, or any degenerate low percentage trade up. And that's not even it for the trade up factor of why the Train 2021 is good. The Glock Emerald has the same chance of popping up from a trade up as any other phase. If you had a Glock Gamma Doppler, that's a 1 in 5 to get the Emerald. That's crazy. And this will encourage a lot more people to try to go for that Emerald via trade ups. And this, in my opinion, in the long term, will absolutely dry up the supply of Train 2021 skins. So we talked enough about the Glock Emerald, why don't we talk about the other skins? For example, the M4 Coalition, which turns out to be extremely rare in factory new because of trade ups. So if you're doing an optimized factor new Glock Emerald trade up, even if you hit the M4 Coalition, which by the way is a 1/6 chance assuming that you hit the 2021 train collection, even if you manage to hit it, it's going to be minimal wear because of how the floats work. So this means that out of 77,000 M4 Coalitions, only just over 3,000 is factory new, which drives the price up nearly to $500. And then we got to talk about the USP Whiteout. So aside from the fact that it's perfectly clean in CS2, which is not a very stable thing to rely on, this USP has the highest chance of hitting a factory new whiteout from a trade up. You can increase your odds of hitting it all the way up to 33%, which when comparing it to the 4 or 5% of the P250 and the MP7 is really, really high. It's also relatively easy to achieve the float requirement because of the low float cap of the Nova Red Quartz, which is just under it, and the Revolver Blaze, which is just under the Nova Red Quartz. So that's another reason why the supply is just gonna start drying up even more. And another thing that helps with the supply side of things is that this collection hasn't dropped since Operation Riptide, and that was the only time when it dropped. So most likely it's completely discontinued and will never be reintroduced into the game. So the big question, should you invest? Now, although I just hyped this collection up a lot, I don't think you should invest right now. And that's because a lot of these 2021 train skins are at their all-time highs. And in my personal opinion, it's never a good idea to invest in something at its all-time high. So my strategy is going to be to wait for some kind of dip. I don't know what it is because of the current situation of CSGO and CS2, but there are always going to be dips and peaks in the CSGO market. So just wait for a dip at least if you're going to buy into the train collection. And my personal choices for the best investments inside of the train collection are going to be the field-tested classifieds and the factory new mil-specs. So to reiterate what I talked about in this video, I think the Train 2021 collection is an awesome investment because most of the skins look really, really good. The supply of them is not too high, and because of various aspects with trade-ups, the supply is just going to continue drying up, and that of course leads to higher prices. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see similar content in the future, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and that shows me that you liked the video, so I will make similar ones in the future. If you're interested, here's a Glock Emerald trade up, and I'll see you in the next one.